Hi, everyone, and welcome to the December APWC President's Quarter video. Today, I'm so excited. I've got Jackie with us, Jackie Claiborne. She's president of ONC National, and she's also one of our wonderful and amazing APWC board members. Jackie, I just want to tell you, I can't even believe that it's already December, right?
I know.
And what a year.
Yeah.
What a crazy year.
We're getting ready to go into 2021. It's crazy, right?
You know, we had all these 2020 visions at the beginning of the year, and I just kind of wrote in my newsletter the other day that I just reflecting back on last year's party. I shared that picture, and I was like, gosh, wow, what's happened? But I just thank you and our board members and our leaders on our committees that have, we ended out the year well. It's like we had some struggles, but, thinking outside of the box and getting our members back involved. And it's just really, I feel like we've really ended the year well with recruiting new members and in a pandemic. It's just, I really am so happy and proud of every one of our members' leadership that have really worked hard.
And you know what, Pam, that's a testimony to you as well, because you're such a great leader and you're just full with the Holy Spirit, and you've really guided us. And how I know you're a good leader, you're able to identify everyone's talent and position them where they're going to be successful. And that was one of the things that I enjoyed most, like my very first time coming to APWC, like how wonderful and welcoming everyone was, and how the whole entire team wants to set you up for success, all of the members. So that's why, I'm APWC for life.
You make me cry. Everybody makes me cry. What is that about?
You're amazing. You are.
Well, totally. Jackie, thank you for those kind words. Thank you so much, because as your president, again, I say I lead with a team approach. It's not, I'm just here, I'm just serving, just like you are. We're all serving, and I've served in many roles since we started, right? But it takes all of us. It takes each and every one of us committed to this organization and to lift others up and to, create the next generation, right? That is the goal, So with that said, for our next generation and this generation, I'm super excited to hear your story. You were so inspiring to me, just where you are in life, and president of ONC National, and just how you run your team and how you run your organization. And it's just so inspiring. So I just would love for you to start at the beginning.
Yes, ma'am.
And share that with us.
Okay. Thank you for having me, first off. And, just to start at the beginning, I come from Arkansas. So I'm a country girl, population a little under 800. So what I learned, what my parents taught me, was hard work. And my mom, she purchased me this plaque, and it said, "Believe in the magic of your dreams." And I remember every time I had a hard time, my dad would be like, "Just jump, Jacqueline, just jump. You'll figure it out. Just jump. Don't be scared." And I owe a lot of that confidence to them, growing up. And, of course, you treat people right, you live a faith-based life. And I think that God has really blessed me, because I've been able to attract and be around like-minded people and people that have the same heart, such as yourself. I ended up being in the automotive business for over 13 years. And as you can figure, that's a male-dominant job. And I wasn't used to being around a lot of women, and I wanted that so bad. So that's what drew me to APWC. I'm like, girl power, we can do it. If we connect together, we grow together. And everyone is just so encouraging. And we all go through different struggles and different positives and negatives. And it's just being around you great group of women is so amazing to me. So go forward, actually, I started off in the automotive business, and I actually ended up working for my Uncle Frank. I kind of got tired of the automotive business for a little bit, and he has a low voltage network installation company like ONC National. Of course, like we install security cameras, telephone systems, anything that's dealing with low voltage networking, like in your IT closet. And when I first started working with him, I didn't know anything. I was surprised he didn't fire me, but I was working so hard. And he's like, it's okay, baby, let me show you how to do this. So, I have really great foundation. Through him, he taught me to take care of our clients, take care of the team, always do the best job at the best price that you possibly can. And I think that actually has helped me grow ONC National. So I was working for him for a while, and then one of my old managers, they put me together like a two-piece puzzle, and they were like, Jacqueline, just come back. We need you to help structure this department and stuff like that. So I ended up going back into the automotive business and stayed for another like 10 years. And I just got to the point where I didn't feel fulfilled, anymore. I love the business. I learned a lot, made a lot of great customers, had a lot of great relationships, but my heart was bringing me back to like creating generational wealth, not just for like my family, but for our employees, for our community. Like, what can we do to help others? So that's how, I resigned from my job fully in 2016. And shortly after that, I met APWC, which was so amazing. One of my friends, Michelle, actually said, hey, Jack, she was asking me for several months. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And then eventually I just decided to go. And I didn't even know you and I had a connection, like, until that day I was in your office. And, I was talking to my uncle, and I was like, Kim works here. And then I kind of put them all together, and he was just floored about you. He just said how amazing you are, and how he's been knowing you for years. So, now what we do, we just, fast forward, I'm just amazed and honored that, I was selected to be on the board of APWC, where, I can help as best as I can. And we have a committee and a team of people, of women that we learn from each and every day. And Pam, you're such an amazing leader. I don't even think that you realize how many people look up to you, and how you set the standard of, what it's like to be a strong woman in leadership. And I take notes. If you don't realize, I'm over here in the background, taking notes of your leadership. I think at this point in my life, what gives me fulfillment is to be able to touch other people's lives and just be able to help in any way I can. It's just about, I'm kind of like at a loss of words, because I'm almost gonna cry. I get so filled with the Holy Spirit. So I'm like, I'm just excited where I am. I'm steadily growing, and you have been a big part of that growth, whether you know it or not. From the first conversation that we had to the conversations that we have on a daily, you're actually teaching me how to be a leader, a better leader to the next level, and how to find people's talent and position them in their talent. I was actually having a conversation with my uncle the other day about you, and I was like, Pam is just so amazing because you do it so naturally. So that has to be a gift of the Holy Spirit. Where do you get your strength, and where do you get your leadership abilities from?
Are you turning that camera back on me again? This is not my show.
Just a little bit. You know what I thought was so interesting? I wanted to do that just a little bit, because I'm trying to talk you into like doing a coaching and a panel, like I'll pay for it, because like you are a leader.
I'm humbled at how you see me. We all see ourselves differently, but my heart, I have a servant heart. I love people. Mm-hmm. I love others. I love empowering, encouraging, and elevating others. That's just my gift from God, right? It's all glory to Him, right? you know, like you said, as a leader, you know, I just try very hard to just lead others. It's taken me a while. I'll just tell you too, it's to let go of that control and to help others, uplift others, right? You know, how are they going to learn if you're not helping them too, you know, pull them up with you, right? And you know, it's as a woman in construction, you know, it's been hard. Sometimes you just you don't want to let go. You're afraid to let go. So it's been a journey, Jackie, and it's been a journey through a lot of prayer and a lot of looking at people, other people just like such as yourself, and other people who lead. Especially, you know, Greg Gordon was on the last video. I mean, you know, he leads with his heart. He is so amazing. He's taught me so much that I look up to him and his leadership and how he runs Gordon Highlander, or leads Gordon Highlander, and our leadership team as well, and how they look at our gifts. They, you know, they look at where our strengths are. And I think in any organization that is so critical, right? To put people in the right seat so that they can shine and they can, you know, soar. You know, so many people are in the wrong seat and they're beating themselves up going, man, and it's just because they're not in the right seat. They're not using their God-given talents, right? And when once you get that, and you get, but you have somebody that's going to allow you to do that. That's the big key. There's so many corporations and organizations that don't allow people, they don't see their gifts, right? And so I'm very fortunate, very thankful for Gordon Highlander in that regard. So, but thank you. It's a privilege.
No, no, you are so welcome. Like, you're just a shining star. And I know you're going to hate that I'm going to turn a couple of things over to you, but I figured this was my best opportunity to do it. You know, like, I know that today we're talking about, you know, our highs, our lows, our struggles, our successes and everything. I know for me, like, especially when I started our company, a struggle for me was, I remember getting my woman minority certification,
Yeah.
and I was in a room full of men. It was like absolutely no woman in there. And a few of the men came up and they were like, oh, well, are you getting this for your husband? You know, this couldn't be your company. And I was just like, really? You know, you never really think that stuff like that exists still here today, because, you know, us as women, you know, we put in work, we roll our sleeves up, you know. How did you deal with those type of things, you know, going through your career? Because, I mean, we're all in construction, but you're in like general contracting construction. So I'm sure that it's a, you know, it's a real male dominant job where, I mean, you're probably the you know, you're up there in the top 1 or 2% as far as women leaders. How do you deal and overcome, you know, obstacles like those?
Wow. You know, it's, again, just really thankful for when I started in this industry. I've had a lot of good male, well, some, you know, some that made me cry, but then I went, you know, hey, they made me tough, right? There's no crying in construction. I used to look in the mirror and go, there's no crying in construction. You got to toughen up, Pam. You got to get, you know, don't let this bother you, you know. And so just coming up in it, you know, really and truly just learning and absorbing everything I could get my hands on. Because once I realized that I kind of fell into construction in my second life. And so I realized I was going to absorb everything and just learn it from others. And I had a lot of good teachers from a lot of good men that saw my worth ethic and who I was, and really supported me moving up the ladder, which is really amazing. So I'm very thankful for that. There wasn't a lot of women. So, you know, I just felt like, just like you, Jackie, you know, the men in your life, the males in that dominated industry, I think they saw your worth ethic. I think they saw your willingness and, you know, your courage to just do what you were doing every day. And, you know, I think that probably inspired them as well. Right. So, So yeah, you know, and you know, we've had, you know, I tell the story of one superintendent that came in as a project manager, a new project manager in a company, and he said to me, well, I don't work with women. Or no, let me back up. He said, I don't work for a woman. That's what he said. And I said, well, that's good news. It's great news because you don't work for me. I said,
That's funny. I love it.
we work as a team. And, you know, he and I became best friends after that, right? It was not this, you know, titles, whatever, you know, none of that really matter. I mean, there's titles, but I mean, you know, they really don't matter. It takes everybody in their position like a well-run machine. You know, every job is important to your company. There's no job any less than the other, right? And that's just how I look at it, that it takes every one of us to be successful at APWC, to, you know, to help this organization grow, just like it does at, you know, ONC National and at Gordon Highlander, right? So I hope that.
You know, Pam, sorry to cut you off. I think that that's something that drew me to you guys, is like the spiritual aspect and the faith, and just like humbling, like we humble ourselves in the Lord and we become servants, and we want to work in excellence like we're working for the Lord. And that's what I get from APWC. And I get that all of us connect together, and we realize that if we connect together, we grow together, we're gonna level the playing field.
Amen.
You know, yeah. So that's really been exciting for me, and then, you know, you and the other boards blessing me with the opportunity to serve with you guys. Like every single day, I learn something, you know, from you or one of the other women, which it's like if each one teach one, reach one, you know.
Well,
so we're learning from each other and we're teaching each other. And it really helps me a lot with my company, because sometimes there's different struggles, but based off of our entire membership, we have so many different experiences that, you know, we can share with each other. And it's like, oh, well, don't go left, you might want to go right, and you have to look out for this. And it's a guide and a family. And I think that that's what I pray for. And it's like God actually allowed all of us to come together, and we're kind of guiding each other down, you know, this path. So it's just amazing, you know, to be here and to continue to grow. I think for me, joining APWC, it's kind of round circle for me, because at first I was, you know, stuck in a male dominant job in the automotive business. I mean, it was like no women in the management for like 10 years. You know, now we're starting to see it a lot more, but for 10 years, I kind of felt like I had to play a little less than, and, you know, and now you've kind of helped me, because it's like, really, you just have to let your light shine and just, you know, let God speak for you. So that's been the most beautiful thing about APWC. I feel like my spirit is open. I feel like the team of women that we have helps encourage us, and you feel protected. So that's where I'm at with APWC as far as all the struggles and all the positives go. I just think this is a great organization to be a part of, and you're a great president, and I feel so blessed and honored to be led, you know, by you. And I'm learning and picking up on different things. You know, my pastor always talks about character, conduct, and conversations. And I know, like, in some of our meetings and stuff, you know, we could possibly do something that's out of order. You're like, no problem. So this is what we have to do to fix it. And it's just like your whole approach to certain things. Like, I'm observing, I'm duplicating, and I'm spreading the word.
Thank you. I want to take one more thing before we close, because this is interesting, because we have so many of our amazing members that have gone through the Goldman Sachs program. So
Mm.
how did you hear, did you hear about that from another APWC member, or did you already, had you already done that program? And then I think you shared with other members. So tell me a little bit about that. And
You know what? It's kind of like a catch-22 on this. So Kelly, well, not Kelly. Kelly actually went through the Goldman Sachs, but Shelly, she actually was talking to me about it. But one of our members, Michelle, the owner of her company, we partner on a lot of projects. And so both of them told us, but the connecting link was APWC that actually helped me with the Goldman and Sachs program. So it is a 15-week program, and it helps, you know, companies. You have to be in business for about 2 years, and you know, you go through different guidelines in order to get accepted to the program. It's about a 15-week program, and I suggest it for anyone, and you guys can contact me if you need any information, but it really helps your company grow to the next level. They break down everything from operations to marketing to finances, project management, just everything that you need to help your company. And they say within a year, you'll double your business. And I can say our business doubled in 6 months. They did not pay me for that. Yeah, it doubled, you know, within 6 months. So anytime I have the opportunity to like volunteer and talk about the Goldman Sachs program, I definitely do, because it's a really great program. And you're in class with about anywhere from maybe the mid-20s to upwards of 40 different business owners throughout the Dallas area. But they just reached their 10,000 small business that they helped. In our class, we actually had companies ranging from 200,000 upwards to $30 million in revenue. And we did a lot of peer-to-peer learning, which was great because, again, just like APWC, we're learning from each other, and that is really helping us, you know, grow to the next level. So that was definitely a phenomenal program to be a part of. And I can't believe I didn't even mention it.
well, I just think it's so cool. And I would like to get all of our APWC women and do a panel. I'm putting a bug in your ear and Kelly's ear right now.
Yes.
So how did it share what you gleaned from that program and share this success? Like you said, you know, oh man, you doubled in 6 months. You know, I know Shelly's company has grown just an amazing year this year. And I know Carmen Smith, man, she's grown, and Kelly Smith. I mean, so and there's many more. So, you know, I just think that that would be such a good program for us to share with our members, so that, you know, they can get a little bit of that benefit. And, you know, we also do, we just had a hot topic, which was all about your certification, you know, women-owned, minority, and that was really huge too. So we've got so many different things in our organization that we're sharing. Our members, we don't have to hire panelists. We got enough people in our organization. We get the most amazing women that are sharing hot topics. You know, next one coming up is Carmen Smith this Thursday, so y'all should check it out.
Hey, I'm excited to hear Carmen.
But anyway, I'm just so thankful that you're here and just such a strong leader. I couldn't be more thrilled about the website and everything that you're doing with that, and our CRM and getting things streamlined. And I'm just like, yes, thank you, Lord. This is so amazing and so exciting. And so I appreciate you and your team, James, Nicole, you know, all of you and your committee for all you're doing. And any final words for us, Jackie?
Well, you know, I want to say teamwork makes the dream work. And we're only as strong as our leader, and you're a phenomenal leader. Pam, I cannot say that enough. And I continue to say that because it's certain things that you've encouraged me with that you don't know, that's like personal and interpersonal, that I may not have mentioned or said it out loud, but just by like seeing your leadership, it actually strengthened me to be able to do more of what I'm doing with, you know, ONC National. So my last final words is thank you so much for everything that you do for us. And I'm just still taking notes, you know, because I know with like your wisdom and your knowledge, you can help, you know, guide us to the next level. So we appreciate you and all of your years of dedication and what you've done. And you're so modest. And I know certain things that you do to, you know, help people to the next level. So if I'm like half of the woman that you are, I mean, my husband gonna be blessed, girl. My future husband.
Oh my God.
You even teach us how to balance that out, you know, because you're a wonderful, committed wife as well as a mother, and you're in this industry.
I
Because
think my
sometimes
husband will say differently. No.
whatever, you're so funny. But you know what? Like sometimes subconsciously in our head, we're like, well, can we do it all? Can we have a job and children? Can we have a husband? You know, can we serve the community? But you're showing us that we can, and that's like strength in itself. So thank you, Pam.
Well, that's been a long journey too, and it's still a journey. You know, we never arrive if we're not still growing and we're not still learning from each other. Like I learn, I grow. You know, I mean, there's some ladies that I'm a mentor, and I tell them I glean as much from you as you from me. So I mean, I feel like it's reciprocal. You know, it's about my generation learning from the other next generation, and the you know, we're just learning, and I just think it's so amazing because you're never too old to learn and to grow, and we'll still be doing that till good Lord takes us home, right? So anyway, I just wish you a Merry Christmas. And I'm
You
looking forward
too.
to our holiday party coming up. I know some will be virtual, and I'm, you know, some will be in person. And I'm super excited about getting back together again and celebrating the holidays together. So,
Yeah, you know, last year I wasn't able to make it, and I almost thought I wasn't gonna be able to make it this year, but God came through, and I'm gonna be able to see you ladies this year. So I'm excited. Yeah, thumbs up.
well, Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.